So what do we mean by driving your development? Why is it key to career satisfaction? And what steps can you take to drive yours? Driving your development is all about taking responsibility and ownership for leading your development. It's being what is referred to as a career activist. Sometimes we might think that it would be so much easier if someone else could give us direction, tell us what to work on, and find us development opportunities. Almost like someone else creates the footpath and we walk down it. However, this doesn't benefit us in the way that leading our own development does, and I'll explain why. The first reason is that your career direction needs to come from what you want from life and what gives you purpose. It needs to come from you. Exploring what you want from work isn't easy, but it would be so much harder for someone else to do this for you. We are unique and nuanced. It's unlikely that somebody else would get this right for us. We need to drive this exploration and conversation. If someone else sets your career direction, you might end up on a journey or destination that's not what you truly want. You can end up doing what you think you should be doing based on other people's expectations, rather than what will bring you happiness. The second reason is that we are much more likely to achieve our career goals if we are front and centre in identifying our development needs and planning our development actions. We benefit from others' support with this process, and feedback on our performance is essential, but to create development plans that work for you and move you towards achieving your career goals, you need to bring your own insight. You are the biggest source of information on yourself. You are the expert on you. You know what you find easier or harder, what you understand, what you enjoy, what motivates you, and what gives you energy. You need to lead this. The third reason is that you are in the best position to find and grasp opportunities, and if you're looking for a change in your career, you are the one with the power to change this. Research indicates that being a career activist has benefits for your well-being, performance, achieving your goals, and career satisfaction. We feel good because we are in control and we are making things happen. Have you ever felt stuck in your career development? Felt immobilised? Felt like you wanted a change but you don't know what to do? Feel like you're waiting for opportunities that don't come by? You're not alone, and there are a whole range of human tendencies that can stop us from taking action when it comes to our careers. So what do we do about this? As food for thought, here are 5 ways you can drive your development. Along the way, I'll signpost some recommended books if you would like to explore any of these topics further. All resources mentioned are linked in the YouTube description box. 1. Take steps to understand yourself. Having an understanding of what you want from life is the foundation upon which career development is built. You need to find out what gives you purpose. Nearly all guidance on career development will tell you that you need to start by looking at yourself. There is a whole section devoted to this on the career development web pages if you want to know more and have a go at some of the practical exercises. If you want to go even further, check out the book What Colour is Your Parachute? This is one of the most popular and best-selling career handbooks out there. It takes you through a series of exercises to gain an in-depth understanding of yourself and guides you through strategies for job finding and career success. 2. Choose to be proactive. This is all about mindset and the messages we tell ourselves. A proactive focus is when we recognise that we have choices and are in control of how we respond to life. Develop a proactive focus to drive your career development, and you will feel empowered and happier and in control. By comparison, a reactive focus is when we think responsibility lies elsewhere, almost like we are being done to. What happens to us is out of our control. If you haven't explored this concept before, it's a powerful notion. In his top-selling book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey discusses how when we are proactive, we think along the lines of, let's look at the alternatives. I can choose a different approach. I can choose my own feelings. I choose, I prefer, I will. This is in stark contrast to a reactive focus, which makes us feel trapped and powerless. Here we think, there's nothing I can do. They won't allow that. I have to do that. I can't, I must, if only. So what do we do about this? Covey highlights that an excellent way to become more self-aware regarding our degree of proactivity is to look at where we focus our time and energy using a model known as circles of concern and influence. When looking at our careers, we have a wide range of concerns. These may include job satisfaction, salary, progression, sense of achievement, relationships, purpose, the list goes on. We can separate these from the things that we don't feel mentally or emotionally invested in by creating a circle of concern. In simple terms, the things in your circle of concern are the things you care about. The things outside it don't bother you. When we look at our circle of concern, it becomes apparent that within this there are some things over which we have no real control, and other things that we can do something about. We can put all the things that we can do something about in another circle called our circle of influence. Covey tells us that proactive people focus their efforts in their circle of influence. They work on the things that they can do something about. The nature of their energy is positive, enlarging and magnifying, causing their circle of influence to increase. In other words, the more that they take a proactive focus, the more control they have. By comparison, when we focus on our circle of concern rather than our circle of influence, we aren't taking the proactive initiative necessary to effect positive change. We focus on the things that we have little control over, which reduces the influence we exert on our lives. We can all be proactive people, we just need to practice. As the title of Covey's book suggests, this is a habit. Never forget that you have choices. You have options, it's never too late. Let go of the things you can't control and focus on what you can do. 3. Be open. This means both keeping your options open and being open and alert to opportunities. Don't stifle yourself by committing to one route or role or path. Be open to what's out there. Don't be constrained by other people's expectations and assumptions of you. Actively seek out and explore development opportunities, even if you don't know what the outcome will be. What can you try out? What can you explore? What new challenges can you seek? Be alert to opportunities so that you can spot when they are there. Capitalise on chance occurrences in life. Be open-minded about what your career could look like. You could move sideways, do secondments, change organisations, do something completely different, move upwards, move into a different role type, leave the organisation and come back in a new role. There are so many opportunities out there, and most careers aren't linear. You may have no idea where you want your career to go, but by trying out new things, you may come across something you love and are really good at. Something that you should watch out for is being limited not only by the assumptions and expectations of other people, but also those that we set ourselves. When we're performing a role, our identity can become very much wrapped up in this. This sense of identity can be positive and motivational. But we need to be alert to putting ourselves in a box. Just because you've started down the path of one profession doesn't mean that you can't change. What you do now is not the limit of what you can do or what you can learn to do. It's worth investing some time in understanding your transferable behaviours and skills and exploring the broad range of roles where you can apply these. Take a look at the section on career pathways on the Drive Your Development section of the web pages to understand the job families for professional support staff and learn about the behaviours and skills that apply across all roles within those families. If you want to further explore how to be open and make the most of chance occurrences, take a look at the book Luck is No Accident. This book explores how to prepare for the unexpected, how to take advantage of chance occurrences, and make the most of unplanned events to boost your career. 4. Help others to help you. A key part of driving your development is to seek support from others. Whilst you want to lead your development rather than have development done to you, support from others is essential, and the more that you can help others to help you, the more beneficial that support will be. The first port of call is your manager. Have an honest conversation about how you can work together on your development. What works for you and what works for them. Remember that your manager's role isn't to have the answers, but they can help you by listening, understanding, providing feedback, challenging your assumptions, talking through development needs, offering advice, and working with you to identify opportunities. Talk through how often you want to meet to review your performance and development, and agree what you'll prepare for these sessions. Think about if you want to do more self-reflection and work through some of the activities on the career development web pages before discussing these with your manager. Or would you appreciate having them go through the activities with you and allow you to think out loud? Don't shy away from having development conversations. They are really valuable, and the more you put into them, the more you'll get out of them. There's no wrong or right way, it's what works for you both. Your manager is not the only person who can support your development. If you want someone to support you in identifying your own aims, goals and solutions, coaching could be for you. Your coach can empower you to find your own answers and support you in identifying how to achieve your goals. Perhaps you'd really like to learn from the experiences and knowledge of more experienced staff members. If so, mentoring could be for you. Mentoring at York is an informal and supportive relationship where a more experienced member of staff assists a colleague to become more competent in their role. There are many people, managers, colleagues, peers, coaches, mentors, family and friends who can support your development. Drive your development by actively seeking this support. Last but not least, make the use of career development resources. There are further videos in this section of the webpage that provide tips on what to develop and how to maximise your opportunities for development. Related to these, you can use the graded behaviours and skills descriptions, template development planner, and spreadsheet of example development opportunities to help you create a meaningful plan for your development. This video has signposted highly recommended career development books, but there are other resources that can help drive your development. If podcasts are your thing, check out the Squiggly Career Podcasts on amazingif.com. Here, Helen Tupper and Sarah Ellis explore ways to drive your development and challenge assumptions about what careers look like. The podcasts cover a wealth of career development topics, including how straight-line careers aren't always the best, how to seize opportunities, and ways to boost your confidence. If you prefer videos and e-learning, take a look at LinkedIn Learning, where there is a huge range of development topics. Following this video, check out the other two videos in the Drive Your Development section of the web pages. These videos help you explore what to develop and how to maximise your opportunities for development and guide you through completing your own personal development plan.